All right, we're starting to get a pretty good rhythm on leash without the cart. We were using the cart as a crutch. Now we got a pretty good rhythm, just me and her walking. Not perfect, but we're on our way. So when we're on leash, there's always 4 rules to the leash that I'm always doing every time we're on the leash. And this is something you'll want to remember when she gets home if you want to use this method of the leash when she gets home. If you think it might just be easier to go back to the prong because you weren't having too much problems with walking, I don't blame you. You do whatever you think works. But when I walk a dog, I always just have 4 rules to the leash that are constantly being implemented. Rule 1 is Maddie is always on the left side. If she's not on the left side, I'm getting her back onto the left side as fast as I can. Rule 2 is I always turn away from her. So if she's on the left, I'm gonna turn right. And I'm always moving away. I never wanna turn into the dog when I'm teaching a heel. I'm always turning away from the dog. So if she were on the right, and I gotta get her back on the left, I would turn away from her. She does pretty good though at self-correcting back onto the left. So she's always on the left. I'm always turning away. Rule 3 would be I use as much food as I need to keep her in position. So with some dogs, I'm literally feeding all the time just to get them there. But as much food as I need to keep her there. She doesn't need that much, and it'll get less and less as time goes on. But the dog's always thinking, what's in it for me? What do I get out of this? You want to make that a clear path to success, being on the left side. Rule 4, and that's probably the most important rule, would be anytime there's pressure on the leash, I'm going the opposite way. So if she goes that way, I go that way. And by the time, how's it going?
How you doing?
Sorry.
That's okay. That's a nice looking dog.
Hey, thank you. So anytime there's pressure on the leash, I should be walking away from the pressure. So I want it to be Maddie thinking, I don't even think this guy knows we're attached at the leash. Because anytime she goes one way, I go the other. So she goes left, I go right. She goes north, I go south. And we just keep those 4 rules to the leash going at all times. So if she goes towards this cart, I would walk this way. So by the time that pressure hits, I'm already walking away. Anytime there's pressure coming, whether it's on the leash or the e-collar, I want to disassociate myself from that pressure. I want to pair myself with everything that's good and successful to her. And if there needs to be a pressure, I want to disassociate myself, and that way I can be a solution to the pressure, not the cause of the pressure. So we're doing pretty good. The thing, the next step for her is kind of getting into closer quarters, passing people and stuff like that. But we'll get there with that. We just had to first build the rhythm. The leash should be a rhythm. It should be as if we're 3-legged race partners walking a 3-legged race maze together, except I got the map to the maze. So if she's like, oh, we're going this way. Nope, we're going this way. She thinks we're going left. Nope, we're going straight. And it's always just all roads lead back to my left side. The path of least resistance and most reward is just walking with me, and we just build a rhythm on leash. Once you get that, then we're gonna start going into busier and busier places. Right now, I'm trying to just avoid people as we keep building this rhythm. The next step is getting her into the rhythm. So like when we passed that guy earlier, and she went to him, if I didn't have the phone, that would have been have the e-collar out, press the vibrate, and when she goes that way, I would go the opposite way, bring her back to me. But until we get that, we're just walking, building the rhythm, slowly start adding in more stuff. Now, something we are starting to do is bring our drills into slightly busier places. Not too busy, but just there's people around as we're going back, forth, and down, back, forth, and down. So that's kind of what we're doing. That's the thing. But now we got the rules to the leash. So this will be a video you might want to highlight for the future of how do we walk her on leash. Just keep her on the left side. Always turn away from her. Use as much food on the left side as you need. And anytime there's pressure on the leash, you should already be walking away from it. So by the time she feels that pressure, my back should already be towards her, already going away from her. So walk away from the pressure, keep the food coming out as much as you need it to be, turn away from her, and always keep her on the left side. So this is our walk on the leash. We're getting there. It's getting much better because we've needed the cart the first 10 days here. Now we kind of got a pretty decent rhythm, and we're just going to keep practicing this. We start practicing stationary, being our down position.